right.
All right.
It takes about 15 seconds, I've noticed, for it to.
Fully.
Yeah. But we should be live now
Oh, snap.
with a
All right.
Sunday Fun
Yeah.
Day game for those of us that are done watching the Super Bowl or just did not care. So,
I couldn't watch
I hope
anymore.
they scored a lot of home runs.
go sports ball.
Mhm.
So we're playing Sonja and Conan versus the Ninja tonight. This was a fun little thing that someone posted about in the Defenders of Kobold section that I just had to buy by the title, and I'm glad to
It's
be.
up on what, itch.io?
Yeah, I'm glad to be taking part of it tonight. So let's just get introductions out of the way. Let's start, Chuck.
Oh, hey, I'm Chuck. I run a little channel called Defenders of Kobold. You can find us there on Wednesdays or Fridays or every Saturday, here soon, every other Sunday. I also run games on Goodman Games Official and Free League Publishing. And I show up on the Lollygaggers and Birch channel on a regular basis. We have zines out there you can buy. Go look at Drive Through RPG, look up Dan Dies in the End, Defenders of Kobold, Jeremy Dies in the End. And we got our next one in the works right now, which is Chuck Dies in the End. So yeah, that's me. I'm playing a ninja tonight.
John.
I'm John Ryer, and I'm also on the Sunday Skypers. It's a actual play podcast. We play every Sunday. We just finished up our 60 spy game. Yay! I'm also the chief bottle washer and head of John H. Ryer Jr. Games up on Drive Through RPG. So I do a bunch of one pagers, so a couple things for Fiasco, and a couple other games. So yay! And I think you still got my links from last time, right, Bert?
I could drop them in the chat, or you're welcome to put them in. I think I've enabled that.
I would have to actually bring up Twitch to drop into chat.
Yeah, I'll drop them.
Yeah. I haven't brought up. I just want to keep my streaming, stream without going.
And what are you playing tonight, John?
I'm playing a ninja.
Nice, Jeremy.
I am Jeremy. I don't have that much to plug for myself. I do a comic podcast called The Plewcast, PLEWD, but mostly I'm tolerated by Chuck and Bert and some games during the week. And tonight I'm going to be playing Cormac the Barbarian with the Kashi's Ninjas.
He is our one and only barbarian for the game. I'm Bert, BizLab on the inner tubes. Run a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder. You can find that at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, and now recently on Twitch, twitch.tv/Steam, Steel, Murder. I also am a ninja tonight. So in this game, one person plays the barbarian. Everyone else plays ninjas. The ninjas have a little bit of bookkeeping to do. The barbarian has one task to perform in character generation, which is his name. His or her or their name. The ninja, however, we have cards that we play. The game comes to an end if we run out of cards or the plot just naturally makes it so. This is more of a let's build a story together game than anything else. So, a ninja starts the action. The barbarian is asked, "What do you do?" And it goes from there. And I think John wants to introduce the first card of the game.
Yes, and unfortunately, this is the one I'm choosing exposition scene. And within the game, the barbarian does boopkiss in the scene, which is the downside. This is basically setting the plot. So let me go to the board and get the text tool. There we go. Oh, what do I don't want to use Arial. I want to use Patrick Han. There we go. Plot. Ooh, let me put nope.
We're trying to paste our cards onto the screen so that people can follow along. So this is going to be a little.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta break it differently. I chose a small font, but even then, that's still not big, and that's not small enough. So
why don't you read it out to us, and then we can get it on the screen.
Yes. Right. So yeah, taking a tip of hat from a certain movie with Arnold. The snake god is seeking a bride, and the local princess is his choice. So yes, we open the scene. There it is. open the scene, and yes, it's the Snake God Citadel inside, carved into a mountain, and with snake motifs everywhere. And the entrance is a giant snake mouth.
Okay.
Fangs dripping down, and there the high priest is telling the followers, "Oh, the great snake god, he seeks a bride. Go forth to the local kingdom and bring the princess. She is his choice." Anyone want to jump in and add anything else to that? Or
Yeah. So just to explain what's going on. So you're taking an exposition action.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. Let me just bring up my thing here, and let's.
And yeah, basically I framed the scene. Um Basically it's
And create an adventure card. Okay, so that's done. We've got the plot. You framed the
Mhm.
scene. All right. So I guess we just jump in as we have anything.
yeah.
So Chuck, we can expound upon what he's just put, and at a point where the barbarian needs to take action, we say, "What do you do?" Or you can.
Well, not in this case. This is actually the one time the barbarian doesn't get to do anything.
So
Yep.
we're just setting the backstory.
Setting the
Yeah.
backstory.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to add anything to John's?
Yeah.
Well, I think for this to be exposition, yeah, we do. Because not
Mhm.
only did the, evil snake god dude, is he seeking a bride? And he said, bring me the local princess. This local princess happens to be the second cousin of the barbarian, our barbarian friend here, who has a great friendship and grew up with the barbarian before, the barbarian got trapped in barbarian hordes, meaning that this is someone very dear to our barbarian friend's heart.
So she's his sister's brother's second cousin, right, or something like
Yeah,
that.
distantly related, but we don't need a romance interest in this yet. So yeah, friendly person and childhood friend, who was picked by the snake god because they've gone through a lot of the same barbarian training. So they're very masterful with the blade, and physically strong enough to, put up with all the crap a snake god would want.
So
Stuff.
Ninja 3, Bert, you want anything or do we pop to something else? I mean, we kind of established what's going on here.
No, I like what we set down. Down.
Hey, so you're telling me this time it's personal?
So I think I am going to pop down our starting location then, and do this as an action scene. So the location is. Well, if it'll show up. Let's see here. Free text. It is a moonlit wharf with many ships in the harbor and an open air market, where our barbarian is currently trying to resupply because he's been out in the desert for many long days. He's out of ration. He's definitely out of drink. And he has no money in his pockets, however. So he's trying to negotiate. With the merchants to get what he needs with empty pockets. And the action here is going to be that you are... The merchant is belligerent that you don't want to pay in coin, and he summoned the city guard, who are coming to investigate the problem. Does anyone want to add to that before we go to the what do you do?
So not only is this bad news because this merchant has what the barbarian wants, the barbarian has actually managed to agitate the local lords in this area. So there's actually a warrant out for the barbarian. So the barbarian knows if these city guards show up, not only is he going to be in trouble because they're going to be mad that he's trying to scam this merchant out of their hard-earned goods without paying, but if they recognize him, they're going to try and arrest him.
Yeah. I just may just jump right in with a NPC. You know, the
All right.
chief, chief
Hold on a
watch.
second. We
Yep.
have to resolve the card that was just played before you play another card.
No, I'm not playing a card. No,
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
just
playing
going
a
to
card.
create a. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just create a whole, because we got a city watch showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oi, what's all this now? That merchant over there, he says you is trying to cheat him. What you got to say for yourself, barbarian?
Are you asking me what I'm going to do? What I'm going to say for myself?
Ah, what you gonna say, barbarian?
Right. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the options on my sheet to see if I have something glorious to fit with this.
Is this a dialogue scene or an action scene?
This is an action scene. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
I'm
called
just-
it as an action scene.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we have to have you have to have banter even in an action
Yeah.
Yep.
scene.
You know what I really want to start with? Is by chance, I assume this merchant maybe has like a big like beast of burden that carries his items or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, sounds
yeah.
good.
Is
Sure.
that fair? Then
It's
what
a
I'm
camel.
going to do,
It's a camel. It has to be a camel.
obviously the way we're going to start this then is if there's a camel and that's what's carrying all his stuff, then I'm going to look at him, I'm going to look at the guard, I'm going to say, to hell with you, and I'm just going to knock that camel out, and I'm just going to punch it over and over again, and I'm going to take what I want and run. The hell with you.
Oi, come back here.
Cool. So put one of the beads over the action you just used. That's locked out that action until
Until
you
you
take.
do an inglorious
Yeah.
action.
Can you move the beads?
It's not letting me move.
All right. Hold
You
on a
didn't
sec.
give him permission.
Yep,
you didn't
doing
give him
it now.
permission. Yeah, just give him permission so we can't mess with him.
Well, shoot. Come on. Well.
Or worst case scenario, I've got the page pulled up on my iPad here. I can always just put something on the screen.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You just use text. Make it big enough and make it X.
Oh yeah, it's true. You could do that.
Yeah.
Just make a big old X and put it on there. That would be fine.
Done and done.
And then you just copy it and put it down someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
Old trick.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, you're gonna say there's a camel there. I'm gonna punch that camel.
You have to. It's just, yeah.
Of course, you don't want to meet that camel later on.
So obviously, I've done myself no favors with the local jurisdiction or the people. I've probably only raised my bounty. I have important things to do. I need to drink. I need some food in my belly. The hell with you, and your guard.
Is someone stealing my card?
Yeah, Roll20 is kind of screwing up. I'll get it back to you. Just you remember what it is. I'm sure. I'll get it back into your hand.
I'm
in a
going to
sec.
say no way.
Yep.
No way.
No problem.
There we
No
go.
problem. It just
Uh,
I'm having issues with Roll20. All right, so yeah, so he has successfully gotten out of the action scene. So you said you got away with the stuff that you were looking to get.
At least a good handful. Like the whole thing. Like I'll be hungry soon again, but
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool.
it was more about screwing over the merchant. You called the guard on me? The hell with you. You get to spend some time out in this damn desert. You animal. I hate you so much.
Mm.
All right.
Ah.
Who wants to set the next scene then?
I
So-
can set the next scene.
All right, go for it.
It'll be an action scene again. This time, a character of interest is going to show up. As the barbarian is fleeing out of the city after just stealing these goods, the evil prince, Prince Cornoth, the Cyclops of the Shimmering Plains. They show up. That didn't word wrap. I don't. It's fine.
You have to go and break. There's no word wrap in this thing.
Yeah.
Wish
Yeah.
they did. Wish you could actually draw the text out and have it fit
You
the
you can
text.
you can hit enter and it will go to the next line, so you can break it up that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and what kind of scene was this, Chuck?
Action
Action
scene.
Oh,
So-
full of action.
After running out of the city, the barbarian comes across the army of Prince Cornoth, the Cyclops of the Shimmering Seas. Now, Prince Cornoth is not of this world and is trying to slowly take it over by destroying cities and enslaving the populace. And it looks like the city that we're in now has become Prince Cornoth's next target. So the Cyclops of the Shimmering Sea stands there on their great, near camel hybrid reptile mount, commanding its army to shoot their, ethereal arrows down on the city. And they see this lone barbarian charging towards them. So someone else, if you want to take it.
Oh, so he's a lone barbarian charging toward us. My liege, it's Cormac. We're in dire trouble, my liege. What should we do? Someone's got to be Prince.
Yeah, so the prince scoffs. He does the buffalo pose with his hands to his side, legs spread wide, and says, "A mere single barbarian? Archers, to the ready! Fire!"
So yeah, this cloud of arrows shifts over the barbarian as it gets darker and darker as they're descending onto it. Do we want to add more to this or just release it?
No, I think those arrows are in flight.
No, he has to. Yeah, he has. Yeah. So at this point, you got to do something.
Yeah, so what
Yeah.
do you
Cormac.
do, Cormac?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do something. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mow down a horde of henchmen without breaking a sweat. I'm going to let the first volley of arrows pierce my flesh, and I'm not even care. I'm going to flex my pectorals to pop the arrows out, and I'll stab Zinder into somebody's eyes, and then I'll put my thumbs into the skull, rip the skull apart, and there'll be 2 more men dead with their own skulls, and then I'm going to rip their arms off, and I'm going to beat them dead with their own arms, and I'm going to jump off of them onto the next man, and I'll kick them in the stomach and kick through their stomach, and then I'm going to kick them off, and it'll go on and so forth, and there's going to be a lot of blood and other things. I'm really excited. I'm so happy to kill a bunch of henchmen.
So he's a named character. He can escape. Then am I correct?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's just plot. Yeah, there's no plot security. So, like, if he
I
says
don't
that he
think Cormac-
kills them, then he kills them.
Yeah, but I think it's fair to say, like, I only kill the henchmen.
Yeah.
Probably the prince is like, I assume there's a massive horde of henchmen here. Like, Cormac goes crazy killing a bunch of dudes, but at the same time, he's wasting all his time killing these people. Somebody with half a brain can probably peace out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was mow down a horde of henchmen. So if you're going to say the prince wasn't a henchman, then yeah, the prince survives.
Yeah, so he escapes going, I remember you, Cormac, and you shall rue the day. Get me out of here real quick.
Who the hell are you? I don't remember you at all. God damn you.
So I want to plop down a dialogue scene, but I'm using the plot card. I actually wanted to connect Cormac to the plot. So a dialogue scene allows you to frame moments where Barbarian just talks to somebody or several somebodies. You may talk about object location. Oh, wait a second. It doesn't say about plot. So you can't talk about plot. That's interesting.
So which card are you throwing? Sorry.
Oh, wait a second. No, not you don't have to throw a card. You just have to use a card and play already. So maybe not a dialogue because I wanted to do something off the plot, but now I'm looking at the rules. You may talk about an object, location where the character, etc. It has etc. So we can can we say plot can also count in
Sure.
this situation? All right. Yeah. Because he had etc. You need to list all the things. Don't say etc. because then you have ambiguous rules. Anyway, after he's mowed down, the city's cheering him, and this is that you don't actually have to kill anyone in this one, but you can. But you do have to roll 2 6 dice. But after you get, after you hear what's calling. So yes, out of the city comes a messenger. He's wearing the livery of your sister's brother's cousin's second cousin, the princess. He sees you go, huh, sire Cormac. He comes forward. Is dire news. The snake god is seeking your cousin, the princess, as his bride. You must come and save her. So yeah.
Okay, so what kind of scene is this again?
It's a dialogue scene.
It's a dialogue scene. Okay, this will be fun. So this is where he gets to roll dice once we say, what do you do? We're going to add anything to that?
Anyone else want anything? We do have a question, but anyone else want to add to that? Like other things, because he has to roll 2 6-sided dice. The first die is
it's the number of sentences, and then the number of words per sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's pretty. I mean, it gives our call to action into the main plot. I'm good asking the barbarian what they want to do.
Yeah. So depending how many sentences he gets, I think we all can ask questions. So he gets one sentence, we ask a question or respond to it, and so go that way. So roll 2d6, and I guess
there should be a macro on the screen there to use for 2d6.
Oh, there's one. Oh, so you get 2 sentences of 6 words up to 6 words each.
Oh, wow, that's pretty verbose for a barbarian. All right, so what was the first question that was posed to the barbarian?
You're asking, please, you must come and save your cousin. Will you come?
He's counting words.
I'm going to kill that fucker.
Anyone want to ask a second question of him then?
The barbarian's actually standing there with.
Come on, ask me. I'm here.
Do you even know how to kill a snake god emperor person?
Cut off the head. Burn him.
That works. Yeah.
That works.
Work for James Earl Jones, but yeah.
Yeah.
I like that response too. Stab him a lot with fire. That's great.
Time may be short. They may kill her before you arrive. How will you get there?
Oh, he's out of questions. He's out of responses.
If I guess I'm out of sentences, I'm already running.
Right.
Yeah.
Suppose you can head nod. Mime.
Yeah. Of course, the guy, Cormac, that way. All right. So let's pop up something. I think looking at
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm in favor of throwing more action scenes out there.
Actually, I have something fun.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to call an exposition scene. And I'm going to throw out the character of the princess. So as we had, the camera focuses in on this evil lair that John had described in the beginning, and it continues to focus in into this tower room. And you can hear the wails and screams of prisoners. And then it focuses on the door. The door opens, and the princess is sitting upon a feather bed. She's having a manicure and a pedicure being done to her by the servants. There's a scrying mirror on the wall as one of the servants says, "Oh, bad luck, princess. It seems that a relation of yours is the next to come and try and rescue you." Cutscenes to all the bodies of the prior rescuers, the suitors that were unacceptable. And she takes a look and says, "Oh, but he has a wonderful abs."
Is a second cousin in most states.
Right. So an exposition scene is just a little background filler. It could be a flashback, a flash forward, or a meanwhile. So this was like an aside, a meanwhile, showing the princess and that perhaps she's not exactly a prisoner. There's more purpose to it. Anyone want to add to that?
Oh, the high priest comes walking in. Ah, princess. Your wedding day with the snake god is set for the next full moon, which is only 3 days away. Are you prepared for your most holy union with his most holy entity, the snake god?
So it sounds like the princess is luring suitors in, while the snake god is working in cahoots along with this priest. So maybe these suitors that she's luring in are actually going to be vessels for the snake god. And so she's actually trying to lure people in to rescue her. So the strongest one will complete the job, and then they can give that person's body up to the snake god, and then she will marry the snake god in that person's body.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Because
nice.
it only has to last for one night, so oh yeah, your text is not lining up.
Yeah, I'll move it over.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the princess card.
Yeah.
Okay. So an
So I
exposition
guess-
doesn't necessarily have to have anything from the barbarian to react to. Just a setup there.
Oh wait, but you didn't have character. I had.
But I
someone
have blank cards, so I created a character from the blank card.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. I
nice.
have 2 blank cards. Yes. So that's right. Yes, you can fill in a blank card. Yes,
Yep.
I forgot that rule. It is a rule, folks. You can. Ninjas has 4 cards, 2 which are pre-filled out, 2 which are wild cards, or 1 is in case of Ninja 2. No, Ninja. No, Ninja 3. You have 1 blank card. 1 blank card. I think because you have 2. Because you have
Yep.
2.
Yep.
Why do you have 3?
Because my cards disappeared. I had to get it to show back up. I had to draw another card, but I know what the original 2 were. I'm still trying to find out where your disappeared one went.
Mine's.
Okay.
Oops. Wait. Oh no, stealing. I'm stealing it back.
No way. Don't steal my card.
Oh nope. I denied.
Okay.
I was wrong. Sorry.
So,
Close
yeah.
that. I was clicking the wrong one. No, I got mine. I still got mine.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I used one of my blank cards, one of my 2 blank cards, and changed it into an additional plot card that details the cahoots
works.
between the snake priest and the princess and their
Nice.
goal of finding a vessel.
So she's looking to get ultimate power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need to have an action scene now to give the barbarian something to do, as he's probably running by foot to the hidden castle.
Um,
I'm going to kill that fucker.
But he's
we're
well
not-
supplied.
Oh, you need to put a marker down and mow down horror henchman without. breaking
no,
his
he
foot.
did an unbarbarian inglorious action, which means he gets to remove it. His conversation's an inglorious action.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did not. Oh, is that what this says in Mr. Rules?
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every time we make him talk,
It's
he
an
gets to clear a
inglorious
check
action.
mark off.
So I
Yeah.
get to choose between either taking back my mow down a horde or my knock out a big animal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take back knock out a big animal. I like killing
Okay.
off hordes, but
This, yeah.
You just in case there's any more camels. I will not tolerate a camel.
Well, any big animal. I understand,
Yeah.
if the snake god is it's a giant snake, that kind of counts as an animal, I'd say.
So I think if we're going to throw another action scene out there, I'm going to make it outside of the town the princess is in. It's going to be one of the princess's first tiers of, first trial, first trap.
Oh, I
for-
mean, outside outside the snake temple, then you're talking. Or is it
well,
Liddy?
he's going to the city where the
Where she-
princess is at. Yeah.
But I thought she was in the tower.
Was she in the tower
Yeah.
of the snake temple?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Tower.
He still can go
of
to the
Snake
city.
Temple.
He could be going back to he could be going back to the city where she came from to try,
Well, he's running to where the princess is.
Mm.
If that's in the snake tower, to rescue the princess
So it's
as one
Okay.
of the first barriers
yeah.
that the snake priest sets up. It's going to be, he crests over this sand dune as he's running through the desert and looks down on a small herd of saber-toothed Tyrannosaurus Rexes, led by their monstrously large mother, with each one of them has an evil snake henchman rider on its back directing them where to go. So if someone else wants to pick up from there.
Oh, it's it's definitely one of the snake worshippers. He's wearing the prerequisite snake armor with the snake head, the fangs coming down. He looks like was it not Cobra Commander? What was the Cobra? The
Serpentor.
Serpentor, yeah. Yeah, he holds forth his sword and death to the barbarian, charge! And there's riders on all those. You're going to regret not taking Mo down, horde of henchmen on all those.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you do have other choices. I mean, you do literally have other choices that would work as well.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Bert, you want to throw anything on that?
Oh no, that's good. I want to see Cormac get out of this one. So what do you do?
So we've got like these saber-tooth like dinosaur dudes. We've got the Serpentman, and there's like some sort of like motherly priestess type character.
Well,
or
there's there's a bunch of smaller, like 5 regular size saber-toothed T-Rexes, each one with the rider on top of it. And then there's this one giant saber-toothed T-Rex, which looks like the mother T-Rex of all the smaller ones.
And that's where the Serpentor guy's sitting on top
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the dude with the big badass armor and shit on.
Yeah,
Okay, I had an idea for one of my abilities, but I misheard you, and now if I tried to use that ability, it would come across much differently.
If you read the examples, yes, you could absolutely use it in the situation.
So I might use the one that I was initially thinking of, but it'll have much different consequences than intended. Because my knee-jerk reaction when I first misheard you was to use terrify the strong, captivate the weak, and sexually attract. So I go charging in, and the first little baby saber-toothed bastard, I grab him by the fangs, I suplex him, and then I pull the fangs out of his face, and I throw them at the next baby T-Rex, and I run up, and I jump into the third baby T-Rex, and I kick his teeth out, and then I stab the big baby one, and that's the last of the babies. And then I look at the mother one, I wink at it. I say, if you want to see a real snake, it's here.
Cue to the scene where they're in a big T-Rex nest and they're busy smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I'm very sexually open. I don't discriminate between species. You're a big, beautiful dinosaur mama, and I like it. I know we will never be able to have children, but I find your womb pleasurable.
Oh no, this is a fantasy story. You can have kids.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
So I'm down to just playing cards techniques now. I don't have any other.
You got
Meta
blanks.
machine.
You
No,
got
I only have
blanks.
one blank, which I
Oh,
used.
that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can use a technique. I'm gonna throw down. I'm gonna throw down another action scene, but this time I'm going to throw throw out the object and see how he uses it. So, just double click. There we go. Can edit. And yes. So yeah, after you leave your love nest from the T-Rex, um, her rider's still around.
He just stood in the corner,
Waiting
real
outside,
uncomfortable.
looking at his watch, tapping his foot.
Yeah, and he's
I did say captivate the week.
yeah.
Wow,
we-
was he? How
we-
did he?
It's the
Whoa.
cocked rider.
Yeah. Yeah. But after he sees you leave the nest, he just sees you and he just quills and runs, and you go after him. And he enters a looks like a shrine. And in the shrine is the holy snake scepter of an unholy power, and he's reaching for it to use against you.
So what kind of scene is this?
It's an action scene.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's grabbing a magic item.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he he grabs the scepter off of the altar
Mm-hmm.
and he turns around and you may have mounted my mount, but my snake minions will mount your head. And he starts like zapping the furniture with this magical rod, turning all of the furniture into giant pythons that start, hissing their way towards you with, I don't know, like, chair textured skin.
Oh yeah, wood skin. There's a sconce that turns into a python with a flaming tail.
Mhm.
Things like that.
So now you're in this temple with
Mhm.
the evil dude with this magical staff that's turning stuff into snakes, and all of these giant snakes slithering towards you. Does anyone else want to add something, or do we release it?
No,
That's
think
good.
it's-
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
What do you do, man?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy something important.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go.
The snakes climb over me. I grab them. I toss them off. I grab another one. I break its head open. I throw it down. And I look at him. I think you're just jealous. I think maybe you're the one who wanted to be penetrated. And I'm going to run over. And I'm going to grab the scepter. I'm going to shove it through him. Shove it into the wall. Break it over my neck. Take the other half. Shove it into him too. You've been double penetrated. How do you like that?
Ah!
I'm sorry.
Ah!
That works.
oh, that's.
I should not be allowed to have rum.
No, you should always be allowed to have rum.
I'm having more.
There's never enough rum.
Mhm. All right, so he's destroyed the staff,
Mm-hmm.
and he has humiliated the Serpentor guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's see.
yeah, I got one blank card left.
Okay.
I got 2 blank cards I haven't touched yet.
I've got one I want to save for the end.
Mhm.
My other one, let's see.
Oh, when can we use the ninja move cards again?
You
Can
can
you
once
use
you
them
use them,
instead?
they're done. Like they're
Are they-
one-use cards.
Are they instead, or
You use them just like you would any of the plot or character cards, etc. They just have very specific uses.
okay?
But once you play them, they're gone.
All right, so let me just look them up real quick. Where's that? There's Endgame. There we go.
So
Oh, my card's actually absolutely appropriate for this situation. So, yes.
Deal it out to the screen there if you want to use the card.
Yes. So, yeah. So I click that and, yep, there we go. Plunk. There we go. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have let those snakes bite you. Check your big animal. You've been poisoned and weakened, so you won't be able to knock out a big animal.
God damn it.
I'm actually putting it over my card, over one of my blank cards. They count that. Hey, that's one of my cards. Yeah.
Okay. And so you still play it as a scene. So what kind of scene is it?
Well, yeah, you're sitting there gloating over Serpentor, dying there, and that's when one of the snakes crawls up your legs and takes a bite someplace soft.
Why did they leave my good loins ungirded? That was very foolish of me.
all right.
That's going to swell in a way I don't like.
No one's gonna suck out the poison for you.
All right. So
So you can either take an inglorious action at this point.
Well, we would have to set up a dialogue scene to give
I
him that
thought-
chance.
Yeah. I think you just automatically force me to have to like check that thing off, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
Like I don't even get any response. You just
Right.
you poison me, I lose it.
Yeah.
Not feeling so good. Oh,
Okay.
I thought you could do an inglorious move. Is it only the dialogue?
That's what it looks like to me. Then also the
Mm.
barbarian can't initiate anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only
Yeah.
respond. So you did it
Yeah.
to me and
Well,
you just have to take it.
Yeah.
As a dialogue scene, you can do that. Or actually, action scenes too. I see that as well. Barbarian makes an inglorious move, so you can always choose to either resolve it or inglorious it. But
I've
there's
just
different-
mostly chosen the other ones just because.
Yeah. Of course, when you choose inglorious, then we get to conclude the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
Well,
That-
this
Go
scene
ahead.
was already resolved.
Well, it's the poisoning, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if we want, we could maybe kick up a new dialogue scene.
Yeah.
And I'll use my last blank card to introduce a new character.
Okay.
Oh.
And this character is going to be, we're going to call her Suzanne. Don't read into all them extra S's. They have nothing to do with the plot. Suzanne, one of the princess's most trusted handmaidens, and someone that the barbarian has known very well throughout his years, enters into the temple and sees the gory mess left by the barbarian battling these snakes, and sees that the barbarian is badly poisoned. She says, quick, you must quickly come with me. I can show you the secret way into the palace. That way you can rescue the princess and defeat the evil snake priest. I have been witness to all of it, and he's a dastardly fiend.
She's not gonna
I can ask the question wrapping it up. Does anyone want to throw some more dialogue in on her?
No, that's good. I have a card I'm going to play at the final scene. So.
Okay.
Cormac, roll your 2 dice.
All right, I will. So I got a 6
Wow.
Oh, 6 sentences. We don't have to use them all.
and 5.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
God.
He's
we
gonna
don't
have-
have to use all of them.
No,
Apparently,
no.
Cormac's really talkative.
and it's up to 5. Like you can do
Yeah.
less if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's up to 6 too as well. So
Yeah,
you don't
up to,
actually have to
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So what was the question again?
I think it's will you come with me and I'll escort you through.
Come with me if you want to live.
Okay, my dick hurts.
That's
sorry.
uncomfortable. Is there anything I can do to help?
You can suck the poison.
Oh my god. I knew it was going there. It's the only place it could have gone.
I'm sorry.
Someone else want to pick it up? I mean, not pick. I mean, never mind.
I will not suck out the poison because if it was from that snake right there, the effect only lasts for a few minutes. Was it that tiny peach-colored snake right there that bit you on the thigh?
No, the big red fucker.
Oh my. I hope you've had your passion, because that's not a question. Will you be okay missing an appendage?
Sorry.
The fuck you talking about?
That's right. You got 6 sentences.
I know.
Oh,
He's like
man.
a super talkative barbarian.
All right. I gotta wrap up this poison thing. It's getting intense. So fine. I'll suck out the poison, but
We
will
love
you still respect me in the morning?
Baby, you're my only angel.
All right.
And the
well,
camera fades to black.
I am going to call an action scene and play the card Multitude, which it is a horde of snake skin cowled ninjas that are rushing down the corridor to try and stop you from reaching your final goal. They are all screaming and yelling in the background. They're saying, I really hope this one makes it through. I'm getting tired of pushing all those bodies into the pits. They get heavy.
My lord, you can't keep throwing the people into the bottomless pit of perdition.
Was this a
It's an
did you say
action
this was
scene.
action?
Action scene, yes.
Now, the other thing about this card is that once he's defeated it, I can yank it back and reuse it.
Oh, it's one of those cards.
Nice.
Ah.
So this group of
Oh, that's right. It was a dialogue scene. Were you unchecking?
Oh, yeah, you get to uncheck something.
Oh, well.
You know,
I feel bad because I know what's about to come, so I'm not going to take mow down a horde because that feels inappropriate. Like I
You're welcome to.
I won't
no, you
complain.
know what? I'm going to take back. I really wanted my knockout a big animal.
All right.
I'm going to take that back because, in fairness,
Are you playing? You know, you can select them and delete them.
I was trying to, but it wouldn't let me select the X for some reason. I was just having
Oh,
a
do
decent
a
time.
drag. Do a drag. Drag select. See if you can get it that way. Do a big one.
The joys and agonies
Oh,
of using.
Oh,
multiple.
you're not in select
Yeah.
move mode. You're not in select move mode.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Get that out of there.
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good enough for the moment.
Does
Yeah.
anyone want to add to this mass of serpent-robed ninjas that are pouring down the corridor to keep the barbarian from reaching his final goal?
Oh, Susan, grabs his side. Oh, protect me from them. They're going to kill me.
But as Susan moves behind our barbarian champion,
Oh no.
protect me, they're going to kill me. She secretly drops down on her hands and knees directly behind the barbarian,
Again?
knowing that the plan is for the evil ninjas to run up and the barbarian backsteps to get a stance, forcing the barbarian to trip and fall onto the ground, allowing them to attack a prone barbarian.
Wonderful.
I got, that's what I got. Are we ready to? Anyone else want to add?
Nothing else to add to it.
Yeah. So what do you do, barbarian?
I think this is the perfect time to do the inglorious action. I think this is where things don't go his way.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'll uncheck later, but so first I have to roll like a d6 for just 1d6 basically.
Oh no, this is this is an inglorious. Yeah. So yeah, 1d6 for how many words you get to say. Yeah.
oh shit.
2 words. That's all I need.
2 words.
I bet you can guess them.
What?
You bitch!
All right, yeah, the ninja horde swarms over the barbarian.
He falls backwards and lands onto the squishy bodies of the
They pick him
dead
up
snakes.
and they carry him as a fallen supplicant for the princess. They're gonna pitch him into the pit. They've got him held high, his arms and legs outspread as the mass of ninja move to the pit to throw him in. Since it's an inglorious move, so we direct how the scene plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Does anyone have any other cards to play?
Oh, you know what? I have a blank card. I just got an idea because you're throwing into the pit. I'm going to introduce a character. Well, calling it a character is not great, but it's I'm going to call it a character because it is the foul beast.
Mm-hmm. Coming out of the pit?
No, he's being thrown into the pit.
Okay.
He's in the Rancor pit, but it's not Rancor. The foul, not the foul, it is the the spawn of the snake god, a giant.
Ooh, Jeremy should uncheck whatever he's going to uncheck before.
He did.
Oh,
he
you
did
did?
mow
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I unchecked the mow down a horde.
There we go.
Yeah. Yes. So get out. So so yes, it's this giant, python-looking snake, with its giant head and its glowing eyes, and it sees the barbarian and fixes it with his glaze. It's not python, a giant cobra.
Ooh.
And he's staring at you, and he's using his power of the stare to freeze you in place so you become a meal.
So he tries to freeze you in place so he becomes a meal. I don't know if I've got anything else to add to that.
All right. So the serpent-clad ninja clan are surrounding the outside edge of the pit. And they're
snake,
they're
snake.
cheering the snake on. There's some bets going on, 5-1 against the barbarian. Who's got me? 5-1, 5-1.
12 Quatlus for the barbarian.
The princess steps out in this, golden serpent robe. She's made up. The hair is like 1980s big poofy style with all the Aquanet. As she comes down, she puts the finger to her lips, says, it's a pity. I rather like his style.
Susan comes up to her. He's well endowed.
All right, barbarian. What do you do?
Well, the bad news is I'm a little bit enthralled. The good news is I unchecked knock out a big animal, a creature. So it does have me stunned just long enough to take me into its mouth. But that was its first mistake, because now it can't guard itself from the inside. I start grabbing fleshy bits and ripping away, and I crawl further into its belly, and I rip open the belly, and I crawl further, and I rip out the intestines, and then I set my feet and my arms, and I rip myself out of its belly. And I just shake my fingers at the whole crowd. The hell with all of you. And this thing stinks to high hell. Also, I kind of need a nap.
All right. Does anybody have any other cards to play, or
I've got a technique card, but it's not really going to come up.
I'm gonna play? I've got one to play. If you don't, John.
Nah, other than I have to look. I have to go ahead and play what you got. I'm going to re-up on the rules.
All right. I am going to call a dialogue scene as those that bet on you are cheering. A door is opened so that you can come to the edge. Somebody yells out and declares that you are worthy meat for the princess, a worthy husband, and she is actually brought down on a living carpet of ninjas as she's brought down into the pit. Again, she's all made up, smelling and looking beautiful as she gives a quirky smile to you. And just as she's about to say something, I play Resurrection. And the previous beast that you had lain with arrives with her quickly generated spawn.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! And this is dialogue.
It's a dialogue scene, and so she says, and the creature can't speak, but she looks at you with this demanding eyes as she looks between you and her child and your child, demanding what you're doing with this human hussy.
Oh yeah.
All right,
It's an
so-
unfortunate feature about the children. They're pink skin.
Yeah, I think that was our first question.
Yeah.
What are you doing with this human hussy?
Yeah.
So this is where I do my 2d6s.
Yeah.
All right. So I can have up to 6 sentences. Man, this is a talkative barbarian.
How long?
Oh,
5 words.
Wow. Cormac is the most talkative barbarian ever, but it's 75% swear words.
Yeah.
What am I doing with this human hussy?
This blonde human. She's got to be blonde. Blonde human hussy. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, sorry. I think maybe first he should lie.
Okay.
I don't even know her.
Just like his first reaction is to just lie.
So to set up the scene for the ninjas and what you can draw on, so this creature and her child are here, the princess is here, and the mob of ninjas are here.
Yeah.
So we can draw on all those for questions.
Yeah. So the princess goes, but you're my goes right direction. My sister's brother's cousin. We used to play together. You know me. What? Why are you lying?
Yes, you see Cormac shrink back as he's caught in his lie.
Fuck family trees and math.
as the princess turns towards the giant T-Rex and the ugly little children, you see that? He doesn't care that we're related. He prefers me, who he knows he'll have strong, not quite that ugly children with. So, my my barbarian husband-to-be will gladly defend me and my honor against you. Won't you, honey?
To hell with you, bitch.
Oh yeah, yes. The T-Rex jumps down into the pit. Clump, and her offspring sort of follow her down, and she walks over to you and noses your head. Then points at the princess.
Let's fuck her up, baby.
Oh, this goes right into an action scene.
All right. You have a card or anything?
Oh, first uncheck something. Uncheck
Yeah.
something.
Oh my god, this is delightful. Is that Trogdor on the screen?
Yes.
Oh my god. I think given what's just happened, I'm gonna take back my sexually attract all one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the giant orgy as all barbarian fish.
Oh, we can pick any of the plot cards or object cards. Yeah.
So, oh god, I need to look at.
Who's got opening for one?
Okay, the only card I can still play is my
Multitudes.
Multitude of Ninja. They're still there.
There is a multitude of ninja, and there's a multitude of T-Rex barbarians.
Okay. I have a plot card. I have a card I can play
Okay.
that will kick this into an action scene. Maybe the.
Oh, is that what your card does? Is let you
Finale.
rewrite a card?
So I am going to play Assassinate.
Ooh.
And what Assassinate does is, now it's super tiny. I get to kill a character in a scene, and I get to steal their card and make it into a new blank card.
Ooh.
So let me get this right. The T-Rex and the Barbarian are fighting together now.
And their spawn. And their spawn. Yeah.
So the Mama leaps into the action scene and just squishes, just accidentally steps on the snake priest, unceremoniously killing the snake priest, creating a new blank card.
We don't actually have a snake priest.
That's plot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I get to kill a character.
Steps on Susan.
Steps on Susan. Easy enough. With Susan killed, I'm going to turn that into a new character card.
So someone just delete that text, and then, or is that your card? You can delete it.
It's my card. I can clear it out.
Or just rewrite it. Yeah. Just double click on it, and you should be able to rewrite on it.
Oh, I need to use this.
I've used roll 20 so many times. I know all its tricks.
As the snake god, this action scene starts out with the snake god themselves tired of all this malarkey going on, and forms out of all the corpses that were in this great pit. As the snake god, Sir Claxton, forms up. I will wait no longer, and I will take this form as my new vessel, and I will choose my bride fittingly amongst the crowd. You there, you look mighty enough to birth my children, as he points at your new T-Rex girlfriend. Come to me, my bride, or I will destroy all of your young. Does anyone want to take it somewhere?
Oh. well, yeah, Mama screams,
Mhm.
and she's not happy because she doesn't like what she's seeing.
Mhm.
And she screams, and her kids just run forward and start jumping on the snake guard and start chowing down.
Mm.
Of course, he's big, and it's and the meat is.
Mhm.
And she leans down so you can get on her back.
Yes.
There's still saddle there, that's for
Mhm.
later tonight. But anyway, there's still saddle there.
So yeah, as you mount up on your T-Rex girlfriend, ready to square off against the snake god themselves.
Well,
Um,
their avatar.
their avatar.
Yeah.
Um, God, Bert, you want to throw anything in this?
Hmm. I think the princess is a little peeved that he has chosen yeah, her nemesis. So she is rallying the ninjas to help on the side of the serpent god to cut down this barbarian that spurned her.
Mm.
Mm.
Her hate filled words carry a magical enchantment with them to all of
Mhm.
the ninjas that are getting ready to attack you. And with that, they all grow sharp, poison-filled fangs, and their arms extend out by 10 feet as
Mhm.
long serpent arms with snake mouths at the end.
Mhm. And then she looks at you and goes, "I'm glad you weren't my first."
The ninjas in the background are like, "Oh, yeah, definitely. I was like 5, you 10."
Oh man.
I think we throw it to the
I
barbarian.
think
Yeah.
so. What are you gonna do,
Yeah.
man?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard choice. Like there's the big nasty avatar, but there's also I mean, it's the rule of storytelling. You have to deal with the mooks first. It's inappropriate to jump to the boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
The good news for me is I am mounted on a T-Rex and I did clear up my mow down a bunch of mooks without breaking a sweat. Um I re-
So first, all right, Betsy, this one's for you. Nobody talks to my baby like that. And we ride forward, and I use my axe, and I chop down the first few heads. But then I get lucky, and I chop off one arm, and I take its super snake arm that Chuck just described, and I whip another snake man in his head with his own snake arm. And then I link him around, and I hit him into another one. And soon, somehow, inexplicably, I've created like this long chain of snake people that is swinging into each other. And we just run around the room, stomping on them, the T-Rex biting them, me stabbing them. At one point, I bite one because I'm curious what it tastes like. I don't know. Maybe it's great. But soon, a couple minutes go by. There's a little bit of panting, but I've got some blood dripping down my mouth. She's got some blood dripping down her mouth. And I just lean down and I give Betsy a gentle little kiss on the back of her head. You're the best girl I ever had.
all because I misheard the description of a priestess.
Great.
Oh.
All right, so he's gotten rid of the multitude of ninjas and probably the
Mhm.
princess too, because she was a sub at this point to the.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
serpent god is still there.
Ooh, action card time.
Mm-hmm.
Standing up on the on the ridge with his horde of Cyclops kin, it's Prince Kornoff.
Oh no.
There you are, you damned barbarian! I told you I'd come and deal with you. Oh, hello, Snake God. Yes. Come, my kin. Exact revenge. Of course, you need to check off your mow down.
Yeah, it should show checked out now.
Yeah. So yeah, the Cyclops horde comes, in their Harryhausen best, come climbing over the walls and heading for you. Each carrying clubs and screaming murder as they charge toward you and your significant other. You want to add to that, or
This is just a mad like triangle of lust over the T-Rex is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what happens.
oh,
I
parkour with a T-Rex? That's gonna be horrible, but that'd be great.
All right, darling. I started this fight on my own. I'm gonna finish this one on my own too. I'm going to tear a powerful enemy limb from limb and make them regret being born. I'm going to run up to him, throw my weapons down. I don't need anything to beat you other than my own fury. As he swings at me, I grab it. As he tries to bash at me, I grab it, and I just use my power to rip his arms off, and I beat him in the face with his own arms over and over again. And then I rip off his feet, and I shove them in his mouth. And I tell him to shut up. Shut your damn mouth. I hate you, but I'm not going to kill you. I grab some fire nearby, and I burn the stumps. You're going to live. You're going to live as a cripple, and you'll hate every day of it, just like I hate you.
You did that to the prince.
Yeah, to the Cyclops.
Yeah.
The snake god steps back and says, "Whoa, you've got some serious issues."
Yeah.
Yeah. The T-Rex sort of comes up behind you and gives you a little nuzzle in the back of your head, lick some blood off.
Let's see. Are there any other characters left?
Yeah. All my cards are used up.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yep. Princess is gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Cornath is gone. The snake god's the only one remaining.
Yeah. I mean, could be a finale at this point.
Now here we go. All right. So
you got
dialogue
something?
scene using the snake god.
Yes.
Snake god taken aback at what you did, and looks over at your T-Rex, looks over at you, and says, "Gotta admit, it's kind of hot. What do you say to a three-way?"
This is where he rolls 1-1. Come on, verbose barbarian.
Are you? So is this a dialogue?
This is
scene?
dialogue scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
So I get
2
two sentences of 3.
There we go. That's more normal.
Okay. So basically, like, what do you say to a three-way? Well, if you allow maybe a phrase being conjoined into a single.
You ugly motherfucker.
Is the first response.
That actually is 3 words.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Well then, let's say I use you as a sex tool with your girlfriend.
Nobody touches Betsy.
That works.
You got one, Chuck.
I don't. That's the end of his
Oh,
dialogue.
yeah.
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So the only thing still on the board is the snake god. So we
I
can finish
think-
this off by calling for an action scene.
yeah, I think we have to call for an action scene as the snake god, angered that you spurned his advances, and you are, he's like, you don't need to be a jealous ex.
Mhm.
We could have had a spot for you in our lives. We would have laid ground rules. But if you're not down to clown and this snaky corpse T-Rex affair, then you must die. Does anyone else want to throw some more there?
I'll throw in your T-Rex sort of stands next to you, puts her has leaned down to put her hand on your shoulder and pat you as though she's saying, "You got this, babe."
I think that's good. What do you do, Barbarian?
Yeah. So what are you gonna do, man? Yeah.
Okay. I have two that I want to choose from. One is the more obvious. One is the more fun. I'm gonna go with fun because we still have like some of the remaining cultists and maybe a few ninjas that haven't been killed yet, and the people all hanging around. And I would like to terrify the strong, captivate the weak, and sexually attract both.
Are you feeling a little curious? Then how about I enlighten you about what I can do? I'm gonna get knee deep in you, baby.
And he just starts wailing in, ripping him apart.
Come up here. Look at me. I'm here. I'm gonna rip off the jaws, beat him with their own jawbone, call out somebody in the crowd, throw the jawbone at them, it'll impale their chest, and then there's gotta be some sort of big object around here. Like maybe something I can pull a chain on. And I'll pull the chain around it, grab it down, and I'm gonna hold it down. All right, baby, come on over. Let's eat him out.
I think that's it. I think we're out of cards. There's nothing else to tap.
Yeah. I see what you ripped the snake got a new one, or at least his avatar.
All right,
so like just kind of hold it down with the chain and kind of like pose in just the right way to like as I hold the chain down, I'm kind of flexing to show for Betsy there.
And you're showered with bras and panties and underwear from the crowd.
Do you see that, baby? They all want it, but they can't have it because I only have eyes for you.
All the handmaidens, yeah.
That's it.
No, there's some boxer briefs thrown too.
Yeah. A loincloth, you know.
So I guess we end the scene with the barbarian being showered in underwear.
And you got this
his
great
undying love.
And you got this great looking, snake god temple. You can defile it if you want.
Wow. That went some strange, weird places. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, it was fun. That was fun.
It definitely did not suffer from the major pain of a lot of GMless games, which is the wonder. Where I played a Fiasco game. I think it was my second Fiasco game, and we had one scene that lasted 45 minutes. We wandered a bit.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's the one where you've vanquished the dungeon and you're trying to deal with the loot you got, and it got
Well, I think part of that is they restrict what the barbarian can do to a very small box, so that keeps
you
it
either check off one of your things or you get a very limited response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The rolling for the dialogue is just.
I actually kind of like there's something really satisfying about like I only have so many words.
Yeah.
Well, you were getting lots of words. I mean,
yeah, probably way more than normal. Like I rolled several 6s and 5s for my dialogue. I used like half of them for dropping F-bombs, but
which works, This is a PG-13. No PG-13. No, it's what's next one up? Not R, but it's next one above PG-13. It's the one no one uses anymore.
NC-17.
NC-17. Yeah.
No. This was a depiction of bestiality. This is full on X.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool. Any parting things? I think it's nice. People out there want to take a look at it. It's 20 some odd pages. It's pretty cool. It's on itch.io. I dropped the link in the
it's $3
the stream there. Yeah, and he's doing a really cool thing where if someone purchases a copy, there's a free copy made available for those that are having problems right now, but would still like a little bit of entertainment. So good on you for doing that. Anything else, guys? That was wonderfully fun.
That was really entertaining.
Yeah.
That was delightful.
Yeah.
Man,
It-
that's
it-
that's an outstanding $3 right there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that
Yeah, it
was
is.
Yeah.
definitely worth it. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and let's just sign off by dropping any plugs. Jeremy, you got anything you want to plug here in the end?
Yeah, watch these beautiful, wonderful people. Maybe if you like
Mhm.
comic books, check out the Plewcast, PLEWD. Wee!
Yeah.
Thanks. John?
Oh yeah, and hey, get more of my craziness from the Sunday Skypers, and of course check out my games up on Drive Through RPG. Bert will pop a link here, So
Yep, I will do
Yep.
so. Chuck?
Yeah, twitch.tv/Defenders Kobold. That's where you can find me most of the time. Tomorrow night, you'll find me over on the Lollygaggers with Jeremy as we play some more aliens. Wednesday, we'll be running Rime of the Frost Maiden, but we're going to be using it in the DCC-based Weird Frontier system. This coming Friday, we're kicking off a brand new basic fantasy role-playing game that Joe's going to be running. And what do we got next Saturday? We're doing Free League Publishing, and I don't remember if I'm running anything that evening. I'm running so much crap. I can never remember what it is.
yeah.
Um,
Sorry, Bert. I just dropped a link to Sunday Skypers. I realized I didn't give you one.
Okay, sure. Yep.
Yeah, it's in the Zoom chat.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, check us out in those places, and also just go to Drive Through RPG. Give a search for Defenders of Cobalt. You can find our current zines,
Mhm.
and we're actively working on our next issue. Jeremy is giving life to a post-apocalyptic Old West theme park.
And I think they can follow you also on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep, I'm on Instagram. I think it's Defenders of Cobalt. Twitter's where you can mainly find me at Cobalt Defenders.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. And also Goodman Games. I think you said you also do
Yep.
stuff for them. They're also on
Goodman.
Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, we are. We are. Lots of places.
We're
Bert,
all over the place.
podcast is at bluemagic.com for Steam, Steel, and Murder, the Twitch stream here. Let's see. Tuesday, I'm running some first edition Dungeons and Dragons on the stream. Friday is our BX Dungeons and Dragons game. And then Sunday is some Shadowrun. And of course, I'll be in Chuck's game on Wednesday for some goodness there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well-
so when you say first edition, are you talking first edition, the white
First
box? or you-
edition. The white box is 0 edition. First edition
Ah.
is AD&D.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
son. I've been around many years, and the white box is the first edition.
Nope, it is not. All right, guys. Have a good one.